Before we move on to other sections, here are some of the essential statistics about the hiring that you need to be aware of to maximize the chances of you becoming the top candidate and not getting rejected along the way. These statistics were compiled from a variety of sources, including MRI Network, JobVite, Glassdoor, Deloitte, Career Builder, Gallup, The Ladder, SNACE, and quite a few of the other sources. They would help you to evaluate how you look at the job market and they will help you to determine your next steps. The first stat is that 63% of recruiters say that the talent shortage is their biggest problem. Now, what is the implication of this for you? The implication is that the difference between the picture in the recruiter's head and what they're seeing in the candidate's background. What can you do is that you can better understand the specifications of the job and competencies that are needed for the job, and then portray it in your profile, in the resume and in the interview. Make sure that you understand what are the specific expectations and how the hiring happens for a specific role. And if again the attributes, both personal, professional, and interpersonal, that you are demonstrating are different from this role, revisit those and just see what kind of picture you are conveying. Before the crisis, the average time to hire was around 39 days. So don't expect the results right away, because it will take some time. Another stat is that 87% of the recruiters use LinkedIn to check candidates. So ensure that you have up-to-date LinkedIn profile. Here is a sample of my profile. You can use it as a starting point of what you may need to include in yours, or you can look at profiles of other candidates and other industry professionals to, again, just make sure that your LinkedIn profile is up to date. Also, Facebook is used by 43% of recruiters to check the candidates. So again, just make sure that you have professional, or at least a semi-professional Facebook profile if you're looking for a job, because the recruiters may check, in fact, for your Facebook profile. 41% of employers say that they may not interview a candidate if they cannot find them online. So again, just make sure that you have a professional online presence. Now, here are some of the reasons why the recruiters would disqualify the candidates. They often do it because if they find some undesired evidence on the social media. So if, for example, they see typos, chances are that they'll disqualify you in 72% of times. Marijuana use, 71%, oversharing of content, around 60% of recruiters may disqualify you. And if they see the alcohol, chances are that 47% of recruiters will disqualify you. Another stat is that 59% of recruiters use the search engine to look up candidates. So just plug your name into the search engine and just see what comes back. And if you have some of the not as desired search results, deal with them. 45% of small businesses found too few or no qualified candidates for the job opening. So if you're looking for the job, don't just target the large companies, but target the smaller ones too. They may have some more flexibility, for example, in the hours that you're working, or in being able to accommodate the periods of the high load. Just show those areas of flexibility that you may have, and again, they may be appreciated by the hiring manager. It is also worth remembering that here are the top 5 areas that the recent grads are hired for. First and highest are the IT positions, that are followed by the customer service, finance, business development, and sales positions. Here are the top 3 reasons why employers feel graduates are not prepared to work at all. Book learning over the real-world learning, 47%. No blend of technical and liberal arts skills, 39%. And that they are not prepared for the complexities of the entry-level roles. So about a quarter of the so that constitutes about a quarter of the implications. Now, what can you do about it? show that you can handle the complexity of the real world, and show that you have a great mix of analytical and business skills, or technical and soft skills. Because soft skills is something that you may have, but if the recruiters and hiring managers are not seeing enough of those, guess what? You may be underselling yourself. Now, when you look at it, around 91% of employers prefer the candidates to have a work experience. But it's not the work experience that matters, that 65% of the employers prefer candidates to have relevant work experience. So the implication of this is that you need to show the actual work experience. You cannot really show the educational experience and hope that it will be enough to substitute for the professional experience. You are in much better shape if you show a little bit of a professional experience of something that you have done in school than the most advanced experience while you were in school or in the educational setting. And if you don't have a direct experience, relevant work experience, for example, with a similar technology, or in a similar role, or in a similar industry that had dynamics very close to yours, for example, banking versus insurance, well, one can make an argument that they're still closer than, let's say, banking and energy industries. So just take a look at how you can maximize all of these stats and take advantage of all of them. And a bonus stat is that more than 80% of the errors come from the former position descriptions. So don't just check your first page of the resume, but take a look at any of the errors or contradictions in your past positions. So in a nutshell, it sounds like there is no more boundary between your personal and professional life, because everyone can look up into the social media and see what your profile is like. So if you're looking for the job, just revisit some of your social media profiles and make sure that they look professional, and that candidates, when they are using the recruiters, when they're using the social media, they will find a very professional profile of yours.